Hello and welcome to another installment of Comparative Reasoning. I'm your host, Cedric Kennedy, and today I'll be talking about reporting the news versus solutions. And this all came basically from Twitter. All right, that's where this came from. It came from Twitter because everyone's favorite guy, John Iadarola, decided to post some kind of joke meme, and as I do with him, Jank, Anna, J.R. Jackson, Kyle Kulinski, Justice Democrats, Benjamin Dixon, Tom Hartman, and anyone else, whether I like them, love them, or anything, I will hold their feet to the fire, especially from what they used to do to what they do today. That's pretty much what I do. They always talked about holding people accountable. That's what I'm doing. But find out that they don't want to be held accountable. They just want likes. They want clicks. They want your money. That's what I've noticed. But that's what breeds into this. The Young Turks and those like that, they actually, ushered in. When I first started watching the Young Turks on current TV, they reported what was happening. So that's journalism. That's the news. That's first and foremost. There you go. Something needed. Second, they told you if there were possible ways, they told you how to help, how to solve it. And, at least a steps to begin how to solve it, to rectify it, to get change. That's what they were about. That made me gravitate to them. They would call out who's in charge of doing what bad deed. Then they would tell you how to either get that person removed, call them out and make them change their mind, and things like that. They would give phone numbers, emails, addresses, so you can send them letters, their official government addresses and stuff, not the home. They wouldn't dox them like that. They were all about breaking the establishment's back and doing what's right by the people. That was the thing that they did. YouTube was their next venture, and they was doing it there and on current TV. Jank had a hard on to get into mainstream media. He wanted it bad and realized, nope, we don't report the news, we do propaganda. We don't say what's really going on, why it's going on, who to blame, and how to fix it. We just tell you what the corporate masters tell us to tell you, and you go out and you tell them that. You report what you're supposed to report. And if you're not going to do that, we'll give you a small window. That's what they did to him, Jesse Ventura, and others that wanted to actually do journalism. That's what that was. So I was like, I'm on board for this. This is progressives. It made me look up Henry A. Wallace. They had a movement started, at least with me anyway. Me and about 20 others that I knew loosely, we were all about some progressive this and that. But then as YouTube started getting them money, and then they started having more clout, things to do and say, more notoriety and things, all of a sudden they became partnered with Google. They stopped doing ads, letting you know, well, not ads, but reporting. Literally, they stopped reporting the dirty deeds Google was doing. They stopped reporting the dirty deeds that YouTube, owned by Google, was doing. They stopped it. See, I'm not against the honest journalism and news. I'm against BS. I'm against injustice. That's what I'm against. I want solutions. And a lot of you don't want that. I've learned that on Twitter. Nobody wants solutions. They want to be told what's going on, why it's going on, who's to blame, and then they just part ways. That's the problem with this country and every other country. I'm mad. Who am I mad at? Okay, I know who to be mad at. I know who to spit my venom at. I know who to expose this vitriol inside of me towards. What you gonna do to fix it? I mean, if there was a lightning strike and there's a hole blowing in my roof, now I could be pissed at lightning. I could be pissed at rain, the clouds. I could probably find a way to blame Obama, Trump, Bush, Clinton. I could find a way to blame Biden. I could find a way to probably blame anyone. And I could sit there with my woman and just shake my fist at that ceiling, that big damn hole in the ceiling, and be mad at it. But it ain't fixing it. That's the problem. It's not fixing the damn problem. And that's why I like solutions. It's fine to report it, but then they give their anecdote, but they won't offer a solution. It's just more LOL. It's more give me view, give me that watch time, give me your money, but they don't give you anything back. That's my problem. So when I go on Twitter and I point this out, because they know, and guys like, look, is this the right form to do it? I'm like, what form would be? There's no place to point this stuff out. So when you're going to ask a question, I'm going to fire back with one. It's just that simple. And I noticed that everyone up there got offended, angry. They came out like mean girls and cheerleaders from me asking that question. And it was some serious high school mean girl stuff going on Twitter. From literally asking a direct, honest, and good question, not trolling. But I know John is too big. He's not going to read it. And if he do, he'll just scoff and laugh and chuckle and move on. But they came out and defended this guy who doesn't give a damn about what I had to say. And you wonder why we have religion. That's why. Defending things that don't need defending. That's why we don't get solutions. People rather defend somebody instead of saying, hey man, I want some standards. I'm glad you're reporting this, and this is amazing, and this is good, and I like what you're doing. This is some great journalism, and I like what you're doing up there at TYT, Secular Talk, Benjamin Dixon's show, Tom Hartman, and all the others. I like what you're doing, all the big wigs, all the elites. I like what you're doing. You could say that. You'd be accurate. You'd be right, and I'm with you. Please report the truth. Tell us the truth. I appreciate it. I love it, and we need it. But give us something to work with. Give us something to go forward with. But if nobody's really asking for it, then there's nobody going to do it. There's no market for it. They're not getting paid to give you solutions. They're getting paid to tell you what to be mad at. And you go home and nothing's going to change except your lifestyle. You're going to have less money, maybe more money, not much of a home, maybe no home, maybe a car, maybe no car. Most likely all the negatives are going to happen, seeing that the money's being taken away from everybody else and given to the wealthy. I mean, that $13+ trillion didn't come down to us now, did it? And I'm just saying to hold every single U.S. inhabitant, okay, it just would have been about $3 to $4 trillion, something like that. Wait, I got my note here. Yeah, it would have been, oh my goodness. Oop, nope. It's $1.65 trillion for every U.S. inhabitant to have $5,000 a month for a year. They didn't tell you that. This is my second time telling you. It wouldn't have been $2 trillion. It wouldn't have been $2 trillion. But they supplied what could have been for the United States for about 7 years. They gave it to the billionaires. Literally, they gave it to the billionaires in 4 months. But they're not going to report that. And then you might ask me, what's the solution for this? It's simple. First and foremost, rally together, make sure y'all on the same page, and vote every single person that is in the damn House, Senate, any branch of government any subsidiary branch of government, vote them out. From mayor to governor and up, get rid of them. City council, if they haven't helped you, if they're not progressive minded, if they're not progressive thinking, if they're not forward thinking, vote them out. They don't get your vote. Don't vote for a Republican. Don't vote for a Democrat. Vote for a progressive. That means when you see the ballot, you check the names, you see who's what. Are they for things, or are they just for the status quo? When you hear their speeches, if you do, what are they for? See, I can give you solutions. TYT and them don't. They just ushered a new thing where you give them money to run progressives in a pool for more money. Basically what's going on with the 1.5 party system we got. The murderous right and the capitulating left, or the enabling left. That's what you got right now. That's what, and they gather money, don't they? That's what's always reported, right? The news, the journalists, they report how these two branches, per se, the reps and the Dems, keep getting this money to get more money from bigwigs to put out the ads and run their campaigns. What's left of the money left? What do they do with the money left over? That's in their pocket, usually. That's all they're going to report on. And they're going to report on how they're stealing your money, how they're making more money. Okay, that's cool. Let us know how. Let us know the ways. Yes, cool, do that. But what happened to TYT telling us who to vote for? They discovered this progressive. They've got no backing right now, but we can get them that backing. I remember that. They don't do that anymore. It's just like the hospitals, right? What's the saying when it comes to hospitals and stuff like that? The money is not in the cure. So they pretty much going to just, prescription your ass. That's what they're going to do. That's all that's going to happen. So the whole point, and every time, and the whole point whenever I do that is because I want to call them out. I want to call them out. I want to pull them back so they can help us instead of just making money off of us. Yes, report it. I want it. You want it. We need it. But come on. Come on. You gotta, had a cough break right there, had a cough. But you gotta give us something to go with. That's what I want. But something tells me I'm unique in this. I'm not a cheerleader. I'm not gonna get the views. I'm not gonna get the subscribers. I just want the message out there. I want us to have standards. You don't get better if you don't have standards. If you don't have standards, then anyone can do whatever they want to you. Literally, whatever. That's what they can do. They got that over you because you don't have standards. Don't give solutions and then demonize solutions. I asked for solutions and I got jumped on. And then said I had thin skin after I got attacked. Just think about that. I got cited for having thin skin after I got attacked by people I didn't even talk to. Gotta wonder who's the thin skin. Now, I said I was going to do this and I did it. And I explained quite a bit and a bit more. I did what I had to do. I'm going to do what I got to do, even if I'm the only one clearly on this whole YouTube platform that's going to do it. The whole YouTube site, I'm the only one that's actually trying to give solutions. They might be they could be not perfect, not great, not right, but I'm trying. And that's the point. I'm trying, where the rest of you are not. So when you look around and you're angry with not having, you're angry from the dying, you're angry from everything, just remember, you don't want solutions. You just want only isolated propaganda. Cedric Kennedy, Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.